National Football League.
Still feels somewhere in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. One does take to the skies before Jesus. Scott Brady Falcon. The Falcons also taking flights. It's on the field here in Atlanta. The nationwide stadium. Tonight's showdown between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. You will see Donald Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. Monday Night Prime Time is underway. On the return, here's Dean Elford. Steve gets him down, continues into Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out as a master in overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. At your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back in Indiana.
I think because of that background, because of Alfred's university, he's moving ready for Kansas nothing. But still, it's some question over.
73 yards. Falcons. First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line. He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off. But don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon and give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal. Robinson reaches the answer. Six league right away. It's a big well, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to be that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome a quick score.
Energy exuding right now. The kids aren't showing just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. Not a mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Zane Gonzalez on for the point after try. Falcons will jump back to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Pinier. And the return, here comes Cameron Johnson. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for the opening drive. They're running on my favorite #1 pick and always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
The biggest mistake he can make here is letting his offense get suckered into trying and matching the pace while the opposition just set. Even if this puts score to begin the game, he's got to have the poise, the patience here to run the opening script they planned for all week long. Play your game. Let the circumstances dictate and force your hand early.
Well, the game's going.
But we know from ball in the NFL as well, and it's so indicative of that. Here's the key though. At the end of the game, most of the play is going to be in the minority, and the majority have been to do some damage.
That's what we're getting young. It is at second and 9. Hayfield now from the gun. He's got nothing close to the lead. Short of the first. He's out for 34. Nothing close to no scores here in this first quarter, but I mean, once the game was 6, it feels like it needs some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these goal runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Hayfield keeps it himself. Not going to do anything to advantage. They've got the 11 for recent games.
It's a game of 2. 2 yards on the play. That may not look as much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile and throw down on the snake and get a first down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment when you swing later.
So, and they just on the other side of their field. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and then they get the first down.
I can promise you that's one of those action plays they've dropped over the week. Is the best point that we last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, you have just a little space to operate. That action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
Yes, something before we get the it's quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second 10.
Now we're going to have defensive meetings this week. That's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Get that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get low.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. He's second down and 18. From the gun, Mayfield. That's another quick hitter. That tackle stops you with a solid game.
It's a game of 7.
What's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Throw 31. Taking it over the middle, the sequence. He needed a little more room to reach the clock. Stop is made in time. That brings up 4th down.
Awareness. You've got to be aware of play people, quarterback, receiver, to be aware of where the sticks are. They're just not deep enough to extend the drive and work the chains.
Distance is good. You'll see just missed it left. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the second time. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson.
One of so many D tackles in this league is enough space. Don't get moved off your spot there. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Vince. Take this ball. This one's right down at 33 before being sacked. 19 yards, and that's going to win the chance.
You want to become quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn short little gain, a short little pass, and get you some yards and you can catch. That quarterback will find you again.
First down now, ball at the 33. We're going for a fake with picks. Yes, I'm going to get to him before we can get that answer. He goes down. That big play drops in that. Second down.
And look at that. All that everybody success in the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and clear. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that time.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Penix to the center of the screen. Here's Robinson. Will not be enough for the first down.
Whether it's falsely, he's falsely, even falling, gets himself into rhythm. And you just tell when he came from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm. Nice gain on top of it.
Third down, it's Penix. Gets this one hand. It was this one was made.
First down. First and goal. Let the line go by. You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see the roll of the dice continue to see this.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
On first and goal. Teams like to be conservative and limit risks. Even if a run is stopped short, we still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Robinson. This defense standing, so they keep with the end zone. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on a place like that, Broad. He handled that one just like a Mike would.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
The 5-yard line after the loss, 3rd and goal. Penix here, the gun. Maybe this will go to the chip. The Falcons. 13-6. Penix taking the touchdown.
We talked to him with coaches over the years. If I be a good wrestling offense, and typically you find me creative for the play. And his legs is effective as the case is over.
Gonzalez now for the extra point. At this point, Falcons to an early 13-0 lead. Brown to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Turn here comes Johnson. This was 25. So looking at the offense, getting out there for their second drive. This will be a good sign for their first points of the game. As they find themselves down a notable amount already in this opening quarter. First ball here coming for the shotgun. Give to Williams to the Castillo. They will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach the corner. He picks up 15 on the plays. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
And even though that was an excellent run, we talked about the receivers here, Kate, because now you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their jobs. To keep those defenders away from you. Wilson falls to the 43. Jesse Bates looking for the second time. The completion rate is strong on the yards where they meant to. Starts coming soon enough. You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to the country.
Something this isn't good. And then we got enough to worth the chance. So new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. Baker down. Look at her. And this is going to be one way to go red zone. He's taking down to the 13 alone. Giving 48 on the zone. And the Bucs have the first.
38 yards on the play. And no here. First down. If thrown in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the two keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's what guys find anticipation and a tremendous accuracy into life.
Yes, the Jets. Nearly a touchdown. They're going to say it's incomplete. The way they have to look off, and they just missed a touchdown as the throw put a little bit too close to the edge of that end zone.
Handle priority number one, that's to catch it and secure it. Unfortunately, did not leave enough room to land his feet in the end zone, despite what was really a tremendous effort.
So far, the throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it's going to be third and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered between on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Nice pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Baker throwing again. This is it. This one is going to continue. He's taken down to 2 on third down. They've got themselves a first and goal. So now they do is the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good shaking yards, and more importantly, don't get burned taking a risk.
You know, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
They fail to throw again. That one's incomplete at the end zone. They had a touchdown in. It's second and goal. So they finally ends in on first down. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on second and goal. Let's say you.
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming as a fan, as a defensive coordinator. I think as an offense, you've looked at the way, continue to get to the stuff and trust the moves.
Falcons bring it in. They look at the damage on the return. It is still a turnover.
It's when you've seen these quarterbacks make some other plays for the quarterbacks and some. That was certainly careless with the football. That's an opening for those defenders to not be free, escape without surrendering any points.
Now here come the Falcons on offense. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, wow, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate. And unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
Atlanta about ready to go now. First and 10. It's Raleigh Simpson.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same play system comes to life. But look, pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10. It's incomplete. Hang on to the tips. Well, he connected them pretty straight before that throw block. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series. He's the one driving it.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Very long for him. Stand for yourself. Keep the position. What's going to? To the line and sit. Here we go. First in. Easy to the front of the two.
Nothing different on the step and shake. Those are the kind of plays on the inside zone that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Looks like action. Here's Phoenix. He doesn't see any action. Just it runs up 3rd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against Kadash that came off the line ready to maul anything inside. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clogged.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
That shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the stick.
So with the Falcons set to run on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. This fair catch along the 25. Buccaneer offense back out for another series. And they know they let Colts slip away with that bubble in the red zone, Bronk. They're looking to get him back here. Bucs to the line. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap from Mayfield. That throw comes up short. So on that one. 9-5 Mike Evans with that throw. So 2nd down comes up.
I can promise you that is a throw, and when it's a quarterback, when it leaves your hands, you do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB can cut off and take the other way.
Baker, look at pistol. It's a good thing. It's the next. It's the thing up next to that yours hip. It doesn't come out here. I'm not. It comes up to the short. He tries to sneak it. It's a big down. It's gets in there to pick up the 1st down.
It's good. First and 10 on the 37-yard. It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and he executed like it was drawn up. That push gets him the 1st down.
On the game, this is Irving. It's in space on the midfield. It's going to be getting the small field down inside the 45. That play was for 19, and then they set it down.
So I think we've all become very accustomed to race on here and saying these tight ends are almost like all 5 receivers, 40 receivers. They show you right there. And they can be powerful blockers. They can make a huge difference in the run game. Mix that tackle right in the middle of the field out. Thinking about the way the Patriots because that's a middle job right there. Training camp coming alive in the games.
1st down run, netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Pressure cover. Baker. Down to the defense is 3rd set for the game.
So I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money. There's a lot of climb in this league, but today, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, I bet this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Let's see what they went with. Third down. Here we go. Screen to the he's going to get it before he goes in.
The screen pass. Really, for us, ladies, they just show up any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even four. It takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming. And he's
He's already attempted one this year. Now they're going to bring him up again. It's a deep shot for him. Putting that left in. And this kid is good. And he needed to get all of it there. And he did. And that'll get him back to 11.
So he makes up for an early miss in the game and it's going right through. It's important for him to move past that early mistake because you never know if he's going to be needed for a big moment when you get to the fourth.
McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this fly. Here's Carter on the return. It's Falcons, and running back is General set to begin another drive. That front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's got off to an excellent start here. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
It's kind of unfair. It feels like trouble your field. And we just on the other side, just to show you on the other side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Take a backfield and motion him out. He's getting in for the first down.
They get a hand for these types of plays per game. Us game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Here's Penix. He takes a midfield and sticks the drugs in Buccaneers territory.
First down completion. Second and very manageable. Creates space. So take that shot in the other
2nd and 3 now. Penix now to throw. He works this to the field before going. Monday night time. The scoreboard reads 14-3. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Again, this at the end. Defender as the ball does, and they hit nothing great, incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 2nd 10. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just it stings like the first seconds in the spray. I love that flutter. And that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
To the air, and 31.
So many coaches this practicing so much big lines because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already at the end, coaches know got to execute, convert on these third downs.
Zane gets it. Let's to attempt this field goal. This is a 52-yard attempt from the left hand. And this game is perfect. We need to get off there. Need to. And that extends that lead to 14.
You know, we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time. It never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. So turn it on. Bucs on offense now. And down double digits, bro. Field goals like we saw there last time aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Now here's Mayfield. It's my cookie. We'll pick up to the 31. We're going to do the first one. Still to go here. And this is 2nd and 10. Mayfield now from the ground. It's just running back. He's going to get to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a pickup of now. It'll be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
Wait, just give this guy touches. I don't care. I don't care. Just find unique ways to get this running back all over the time. He's going to make it pay.
Irving on the inside again. This
is got to be careful and just run always on 1st down. Broke the tendencies. That's a thing. I can't even say I knew what was going on. More importantly, this defensive front did too.
Nice one. Now I'm not going to drop. 9 to go now on 2nd and 10. From the guy, Mayfield. He's going to take it away. Don't get him with the damage he's doing. This gets the inside of 35 yards. This one goes for 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
See the win up here, 1st and 10 from 34. Here's Baker to throw. And they didn't do it to the play, which is the 26. And working from Georgia in on that tackle.
The goal that was on the ground is to get him for at least a minute of game with space to now after that. I picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Offense is sitting 52nd and 2. Here's Baker. So we can really know. Shit's going where you choose the red zone to the 21. Pick up 5 on that play. And this will be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
Well, I haven't taken on the play. 1st down.
Baker now. So you shot at 6th and 10. And now it's 2nd distance.
Hey, I get it, buddy. If any of their pass catchers look what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. Kids would say, he's him. That defense knew that's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
You're 2nd and 10 from the 21. Stick it in the air. Here's Mayfield. And let's stepping on this, getting like, man, it's not any first time.
Sterling Shepard. First and goal, Tampa Bay. Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you drop that right, you get double coverage, and yet you still can't take it all away.
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. You could want to get to the ends in motion. Keep pushing forward. Make the stand and doesn't get none stopped in the lead behind the line too. He is quickly making breaking plays, Bronigan. It doesn't seem to be the what type of play it is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the penalties, and that's how stuff in the game.
Thank you, what's your the Buccaneers making a one-score game in the first inning. Great work there, Rob. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start to lay you off in the big hole, and the Lincoln game's climb over. In the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. It's the point set. And the Buccaneers took the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just like that, went back to a win possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Alford now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond Alan's money. The Falcons and Drake in London and he'll back out onto the field. And they have made it no secret that they want to go his way in this game, right? And the results so far is a very promising. Atlanta about ready to go now. First and 10. It's a no Steve Lawrence. First and 10. He's going to get this one in 36 seconds. It's a pick up 14 yards as the chains reset.
In this league is looking for a guy who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel like if you got one, somebody who can eat up space with the laser open, deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
First down, and they go right back to him. He's getting in, she get back to the money, but taking the first one got second and 11.
They're hoping to get outside and beat those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level appeared to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
We break the huddle. It's second down now. Send the tight end in motion. Throwing Penix. I'm trying to set the screen. Here's Robinson. You see what happens? That's going to pick up the first down for a gain of 26.
Believe it to my crew. Football is the ultimate team sport. The Wildman screen is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Next up, first down. Yes. First and goal is just shy of the 5-yard line. It's released with 32 yards. And now they have first and goal.
Every quarterback around this short pass to a tight end, and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. Yeah, let's defense to make it a much bigger game.
Here's Robinson. If you can, stick 13-point lead. It's a vision. It's a touchdown. I kept it on the ground. I was supposed to air it out, and that time, no, broke the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the third part of every ball. The work from the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right out the line of scrimmage? It's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Gonzalez now for the extra points. The point after splits the offense. The Falcons took their lead to 14. Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Johnson with a return here. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. They got the job done there last time now. Still trailing by a lot, though, so they're going to need a repeat of that touchdown here. Bucs to the line. First and 10. Going to their left. First down. Here's Baker. And 6. Stop was made just before he's even reached that midfield strip. An excellent game. 20 yards there. He's going to move the sticks.
That one was throwing up things that were beautiful, efficient. If it's not serving on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
One play in and they are already close to midfield. First statement looking to throw on midfield.
That could be a hopeless feeling when you throw around zone coverage. Unless the curl happens to be right next to the living as a sitting and a pass can come in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Baker now from the gun. Because of incident. He's going to definitely going to want it as the stop is made. They get 23 Bucs on the first.
Which is awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch, but I'm grateful to this. What we say is you got to catch it first. You know, the corner was up, and you knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yep on top of him.
Kick the running back in motion. There's down throw here. Midfield. Finds his man over the middle. And he's short the first after a game.
So pick up a 6. Brings up 7 and 4. 15-yard line.
Offense still on. This is 2nd and 4. Baker throwing again. He's going to take the Matrix. The Buccaneers making a one-score game in the first. But you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Henneke to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Look at the play to take out the extra point. Right down the middle, it's going. And the Buccaneers took the lead in half. It's down to 7.
17.
But just like that, went back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Carter on the return. And that's going to send them just beyond their own 2 weeks. The Falcons and running back was Jeff Robinson. They're set to begin another drive. And they've gone to him as a receiver to complement his presence in the backfield, Brock, to some good early results. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Play fake. 10x. Everybody getting just beyond the 30 and the 31.
Saying the big guy. It's 2nd and inches at the 31-yard line.
Offense with an enviable spot to be in. 2nd and inches.
Some years need to be more executive. We don't take the shots. Some coaches, even the older ones, it takes the same play first when they get it from time to time. Don't throw down required.
1st and 10 from the 32. It's complete. It's a game of 11 there that picks up the first.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end with passing game. Such great size to have, and it forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
It's some space. He's going to be to 46. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First down. Man, I know you can see that size things. They stay next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon. He created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he can do with the injury.
The defense wins this one. He's limited to no gain on the carry. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
At the 40, every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
On 2nd, Robinson. And then you get Justin on the big point at the 19. So it's 27-yard pickup on that play. That's a Falcons first down.
That's a run that shines light. Well, the team is a run, of course. Got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone in the perimeter.
And they sent him straight in. So after goal 3.
60. Well, the big guy gets him some yardage in close. So it's not that the defense didn't expect to run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Next here from the gun. It's this one time. This one doesn't go from.
Okay, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
And it's on 3rd down.
Like shooters in the NBA. Sometimes it's just gonna miss. Shake it off and keep the balloon firing.
Zangins and Alessandro attempt this field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. The kick by Gonzalez is covered. Pushing to double digits. It's a possession game.
That's why I spend all the time on practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kid.
To kick it away, here's Pinion. Johnson now on the return. Sneaks it up to the 25. Cavaliers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football block, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. He's making the catch. This little gets to the 33 line.
Making very fancy, it's just a textbook flow. I think they were really cool about that essentially. It's a play. It works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's the give to the game. He's second for the first down the
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL. And it's a nice play, solid games. And it's also a run you make them too. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Going to the ground again. An angle is super as he goes. Looks like they'll get 3. We have reached our TV break. Monday night prime time in just a moment. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Receiver motion going out. Mayfield man from the gun. That's another question. And looking taken down, reaches that 45-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
First, I really like this receiver on that play in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. If they don't close quickly, he can take it to the house.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. So he's taking down at the 30. That's 16 on the pickup. No option to first.
It is 1st down. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Tampa Bay. Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
The receiver moving right. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. It's William. Taking it at the 23 down.
So 2nd and 4. 23-yard line.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Mayfield is throwing again. Dumps it off to his running back. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. There are 2 left to work with before halftime.
With that down in distance, this group was pretty confident in the screen to give them enough field to the person that did. So long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. The red zone now. It's being sniffed and quickly shut down. Tampa's been in 2nd time out now. Yeah, they still have one in their pocket, so what's left of this year? Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Going again. It's Mayfield. Oh my God, he's touchdown. 5 yards shy. First down, Markham.
Defending facility on slump just now. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
34 coming up now. Once more, it's Mayfield. The Buccaneers making a one-score game before the time. Mike Evans with the touchdown. Managed the puck beautifully down the final moments block, and then get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you that there's some enthusiasm to the tournament. It was awesome.
Well, they're all playing a 10 value extra points. It's the points that were exactly it. And the Buccaneers get into a field goal game.
Years. 24.
Chase time left for maybe a return pleasant play here as they send this away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here because this one goes for a touchback.
Around 35-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Looking to throw. This one deep to the left side. He's finishing late with 10 minutes. The throws incomplete. So we took remaining in the first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. It's been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating you two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Ewer.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime reports. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. So let's see what here's something here. And he's going down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Buccaneers and Bucky Irving ready for the next possession. All they're scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. First and 10. On the kill, Mayfield. Looking left side, Conley. And this one does not go far.
It's up 7-9. 27-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach the second down. Mayfield throws with a pistol. It's a blue cop. This leads. And he'll get it up to the 34 before he struck down. Falcons bringing out an extra defensive back for third down. He sent a man in motion. On third and two, here's Mayfield. It's good. It's a cover. National game is enough for him.
But pitching I'm sure is a big play on the stats chain. Gives Sizzle's defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
We've set it downs from 37. It's early. First no game. First down on. Now following the play, we see the medical staff hurrying out for an injured Buccaneer. Nothing to do on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They're running the option, shooting side. It was looking for a game close to 5, but they'll bring up third down.
The difference right there between being big points. Essentially, you made a quick read, something running back is going to get hit at the end of it, and he pulls it and says, it's a good game.
So now here's 3rd and 5. And in motion, headed right. And short, Mayfield. It's contentious, isn't it? And he'll get enough to move the chains.
First and 10. That's what we call situational football. You spend all your working in your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
And we're line for another 1st and 10. There's the 34. It's 16 yards and they send me out.
Have you been enough? That have to tell players that know what the messaging was enough. Start the game out by sending a message. It doesn't matter if you're trying run right at them. You can make it for them.
So you're going to get up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Baker to play fake. So for his prize, he still is incomplete.
That drive is such a benefit because it brings the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
This is only 9 seconds. He's going to be stopped, but not before he gets in the level. He's taking a 15-yard line. 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Well, that play right there. First one is walking there, making for them to do all the agility tests in their spandex combine. You have to be fast, agile, big guys up front. It lets them set the table so the running backs can go do their job.
Getting some points in. The Buccaneers take the lead by half number 2. So that brought an important score here as they move out in front.
Okay, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
We'll go on play to take out the extra point. And going out there, splits the impact. The Buccaneers take a 4-point lead. Laughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this fly. Nice corner on the return. He speaks it a minute. He's going to sleep at 24. The Falcons ready for their next possession. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and that could really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. The shotgun pass. This one's only going to pick up going into the minutes.
There's no question, Kate. Big plays down the seam, a little bit tight ends, a favor, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Shotguns, look into Watson. I mean, the great game is going to you can't get anything into that clear. Stop for no game.
Perfect. Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker supporting right through the track, hitting the runner. That's instincts come to life.
3rd down, they need 7. Yeah, I'm throwing along. Sometimes he's here. It's incomplete.
The game that they put together, surprising to see them really running any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
Falcon is getting ready for the punt. It'll be Bradley Pinion doing the honors. Third catch around just beyond the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers and Bucky Irving ready for their next possession. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Baker with the pistol. He's going to be able to hold up the body up in there. Second and 10. If you're now with the play action. Looking at the really good. And he's going to get close to the point before the playoffs. They took a really nice game there. Get it to the 1st in. So fresh set downs now from the 39. On 1st down, we get on the middle of the advantage.
That doesn't make a force. You can drop something to the run games. Yeah, that's like it's up 2nd and 2.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. The play fake. Here's Mayfield. It is 2. You're not going to think about this seconds of it, right? Give me a second. All right, along the line. So no game.
This defense didn't give up contain there, okay? It was an instance where the more exciting plays would take it away downfield. We've been looking to the tight end. Wasn't going to meet them much.
Falcons go nickel. 3rd down. And the short game gets them an instead of defense.
As long as a running back in this league, you can put every time. You really don't care. If you're Hall of Fame or the interactive rookie, you can't get one year off here first. So you start holding auditions for someone who can.
You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. You think they hands it off. Now it's Mayfield. This one was incomplete. He's looking for this down. And it sets up second down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, are not open very long. It only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown.
Second and 10. He fields again. Just keeps feeding it. And he's got a decent game before being really difficult.
That's a swing for you. Really good. I mean, it's sarcastic. It's feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how we defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
They feel from the game. It's not a quick hit. For the 30, to the 31. And it's a game of 12 on that one. And then there'll be a Tampa Bay first down.
A need of 12. First down, Buccaneers.
We've set it down for him from the 31. And again, this is ugly. It was for results of 92 yards.
People gotta be careful. Raise my hand to thinking the play was just a nothing burger. Because we can have anything. He put some nice toppings on play action pass, a shot that comes down the road, what looked like a very plain play.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Baker. Didn't even give it some much scrimmage.
I think that's one of those situations is a pull down. You know, play sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and create a negative play for your offense.
They're along Mayfield. We're going to set them. They don't have to make a flushing goal from the 8.
It's impressive. First down, 8-yard line.
On this one, six is in the middle. This will be a gain of 2. You know, we see after that play, one of the Falcons having some trouble out there. They'll head out to look at it. Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Mayfield now from the gun. The Buccaneers now lead by 10. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time. That's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
McLaughlin to take down the extra points. It's going. The Buccaneers drive their lead to 11.
Falcons, 27.
So McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flight. Alford now to return it. He's brought down just inside the 25. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. All right, starting the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. They do this aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just in quarterbacks, Ricky, where you've got to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. It's working from the gun. This one, it's incomplete.
Offenses that connect to this intermediate zone are so effective. Video completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
No connection on the last play. That out's 3rd down. They're known for here. What's a man really deep down? It can be the connection. See, here's 10 on the inside of the 35 here.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Speaks to this guy's talent is just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different. Built for the movement.
This is pushing up the game.
You gain that kind of yards in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
1st down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4. Another kick for Robinson.
Really hoped he was going to get home and reset it back to 1st down, but instead, the defense, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. 3rd and short.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. Next on the snake. It's a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
May not show up as much on your stat sheet, just like a QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps it honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Here's what I can say. He's in the David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense, it gets a chance to dictate. That's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Jared gets it on the draw. And it picks up about 6 in the focus. Right near the mark. He'll get it 3rd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. When we have that length at the NFL level, it's equivalent for 1 to 15 games at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
It's open. Ooh, talking about going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point. Good point. All right, looks like this is the moment. They're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th. Flying for the pitches. And he's going to go for it. It's close to the things that they kind of go for it. They're on 4 10.
First down. That's one of those little mental Rolodex plays right before the snap. If the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Jennings. Against the second club, you go unscathed. They head to the loss on first and goal.
Well, there was never played any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball.
11-yard
But if there's any solace, at least it was first down or chances to make up for it.
Running backward to the 11 as they line up for second and goal. Penix here from the gun. The Falcons swooped in and got to that football. Yeah, stay McCollum. Keep in position. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Well, they got the football back, Brock, but things still look much better. It's third and long. Here we go. It's 7 minutes. Let's get to the
There's a lot of studies done every season about the best red zone offenses. Typically, it's about creative quarterbacks doing just what he tried to do right there in extending the play out of the pocket. The problem, there was just no place for him to go with the ball.
A 32-yard attempt.
The kick Vikings Josh is gone. And that brings the deficit back with a score, 8 points.
Listen, all he can do is make the kicks he's called there to make. They need extra points from him, but for now, he's able to handle his third field goal of the game and just inch them a little bit closer.
Take that lead, cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Johnson now on the return. It's showing one shot far. And the kick was made as he gets out to the 32. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. First and 10 from the 32. Send one of the tight ends in motion right. Right begins with him. It's the foundation of
I said about the execution of that play. It's basically
Come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Baker down from the gun. So the kicker's Bryant. And he'll go take him down after advancing this to the 37.
It's a game. Brings up and
Here they come. This is 35. From the gun, Mayfield. Man, this is intense. He's able to break it up to midfield. Game for 11 play. The Bucs to the first. The toss from New Orleans is early. It comes to be the play in this third quarter. It's Buccaneers football with a slight lead. Just gotta hang on for one final quarter. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. The tight end's motions right. And press the 50 and 17 on the inside the field. Gain of 4, that sets up 3rd and 7.
The problem I have with the most young plays, it's something that gives a good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Let's see what they draw up on this 37. And send him over right. Third down, here's Mayfield.
Most Spurgeon doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and second the quarterback, and they could check that box.
Bucs get set up to punt now on 4th down. Punt comes Ryan Dixon. And he'll try to hit this one well. Ooh, this was not hit well. And it's heading for the sideline. And then won't be returned here. This one is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40. There's the Falcon offense headed out. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal, their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Game, first down.
I've talked to running-backs over the years, came and transition from the solid game to the air game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run in the darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that in the first down play.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Here's Penix. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. Justice reach the 40. The play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers, but also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
We're still sitting.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Penix to throw. And he's going to be the first down yardage. Well, the good part is he did bring that play to a stop. Unfortunately, looks like he got banged up on the tackle. He's in some discomfort out there. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Here's the captain, Gilter Robinson. He's getting some there's that backwards on 1st down.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks that were targeting a stud quarterback just going away from him? Maybe they should avoid putting it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Offense to the line, 2nd down. I'm the shotgun. Yes. But look, it's so good. He's going to take a short at the red zone.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
Eighth play to drive now. They need 2 to keep it going. Look at his arm keeper. And he's to yard away.
You can leave some positive yardage here, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling. And they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
Down to score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation to here. And it's a chance. If you get 2, so the offense should look a slightly different dimension there, Brock, given the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Well, it's such an advantage. And you can really think about it, Dan. We always look at the 80s when we start to see these running backs, they don't just tote the ball as runners. They're big real weapons when they put the ball in the passing game. It's well done.
2-point try coming. Pennington, his offense getting set.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to do it. They took their shot at the time. They'll need to manufacture another score in the time remaining now as that 2-point try is unsuccessful.
Becomes a little bit tougher to punch it in for 2 when that defense knows what's on the line too. That's a spot where their hand was forced after the touchdown. They had to do their best to surprise them with the call. Easier said, Kate, than done.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send a kick away. Johnson, here. Team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap from Mayfield. They will finally catch up to him in just a second before he can reach the 40. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more change in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. Kept this drive going by getting beyond behind the game.
Working here from the gun.
It's what I call a ribbon swing right there. But the offense is low. Execution plays like that on 1st down. Okay, so it says the playbook is live, and all it's on the table for 2nd down.
1st down carry getting 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Once again, Irving.
The temptation is that I'm thinking when you go with that play caller is too. It could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. We'll get the 1st down and dedicate it. It's the same. Let's do work.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Right back to Irving now. And he gets it through the midfield slot, but on the Falcons side of the field. Give him a 6. It's going to make it 2nd and 4.
See, it's placed like that, but we just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
One picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. It is a run. They get going and take him down late around the 41. And to the play, one of the Falcons still out there injured. So look at a brief stoppage here as they check on it. So first down from the 41. The play fake. Here's Mayfield. It's incomplete. There was Mike Evans. So that brings up second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. They send it tight end in motion. Second down, Mayfield to pass. Zero to now. Was more than two, so almost enough for new set of downs.
And inches.
Here we go, goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. He keeps himself. 30. He only finds a winner for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Certainly, these quarterback keepers anticipating for what we're already seeing. They could be able to look there since they did pick up the first down. And anything, they could see what attempted to a small gain ahead of the sidelines. They'll come back to on the next set of downs.
Shotgun handout to Irving. Come through a nice game there. Get a 10 first down.
To play running back in this league, we got to have tremendous vision. We saw Chase. That's to find the line of field, and then to get to space and break out some extra yards.
They look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. There's the kick to play. The little man just needs to put him with the fingers there and bring him down.
2 yards. It's 2nd and 8.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Carry by Irving. And we're going to inside the 2 years. And they're taking that. The presence of those tight ends worked awfully. There's more blockers out front, but it also puts the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter. That's one of those 4-down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there. Unable to bring it in.
So Chase McLaughlin is on in a high pressure spot. It's a 38-yard look here. Can't do it with many rolling late, but still 1-score ball game.
So it's not in the lead, but a touchdown still ties it. I think probably puts them down. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are, what they have to defend.
McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this fly. Here's Carter on the return. This fly will start inside the 25. The Falcons running back with Jeff Robinson and set to begin another drive. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Absolutely no fear. Even with the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to be challenging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
No, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Penix. And then go to the field before somebody manages to stop him. Scott's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him to route in space where he could make that an initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And so the inside gear. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
That's another. First, I tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming up with broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run. Play by any means, there's room for more. They know
It's a pickup of 3. It's up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another. First down.
So many offenses are strict, Kate, for first 15 plays of a game, but it's often getting to the lesser use stuff like that that's critical in the red zone. They get a decent gain out of it and continue to push for the goal.
It's a mission. It's the game on the ground.
Let's see, Kate. I think in bowling, you get 3 strikes, that's a turkey. You know, in hockey or soccer, you score 3 times, that's a trick. What do you call this other than simply splendid?
Here's Penix and the Falcons. They're looking to tack on 2 more.
The Falcons.
Okay, brother. Dialing up another 2-point call. And remember when your friends didn't have a voicemail, it would just ring and ring and ring. It's still ringing. Fall short again of reaching that end zone.
Yeah, this defense is not doing very good between the 20s or even in the red zone, but they do find a way to rise up. This is always my challenge with being super aggressive, is why give that defense something to feel good about coming off the field after you put 6 on the board.
And to kick it away, here's Pinion. Used to be a touchdown. Kids up to 20. Tampa Bay already out to the field. And they settled for a field goal on their last series. So points are positive. They're coming to upgrade to a touchdown here. Bucs to the line. 1st and 10. Give to Luvius. Look at this drum. 6 and he can just put.
I'm starting to blow up with that case. It really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that running. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
1st down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4. Thing you can see it's going to be just one game. So that means no game.
Some of those situations can watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his own line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape in the end. Instead, it goes backwards.
Back to throw it. This is a nice game, 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Buccaneers.
You know, they really love that Drake route because he's one of those guys that count on him not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can have 100 yards before someone checks him down.
Again, for the first time, to the shit. Isn't it? Two.
We can call another block if we want to get out. I think we just sound right there. That's a little bit for run. Pretty sound stuff there defensively.
8 rounds to go. Let's see how they approach the second 10. Mayfield now from the gun. It just takes 15 minutes. They get this guy to the 44 before he stopped. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Tampa Bay.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Going to 44. First and 10. It's a gift to White. It's going to be as the game gets this down inside the 35. That's an 11-yard kickoff, and it gives them the first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great Morgan Spring, the guys hitting blocks downfield, the back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right to it. He's in the middle of the field. It's a 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Buccaneers down by only 1. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Florida's coming down. He finds it. He's left side. He's been waiting to lose the chains, but he's stopped just showing up. 6-yard pickup. He's up third down.
There's a time to be a little fancy with the football touch, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat till it right through your target's chest. This one, right there was the to make a fastball zing in before anyone.
So they put the shot to get that single yard. So Wilson yard and 2 left down coming up. Each quarter he gets broken. So is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been great performance for him.
You know, individually, collectively, and you can look at front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push and make time to get this running game going.
So Philly yard and 2.
What is good? And they're going to take the lead inside the 5 minutes.
You know what I love about that kid? He didn't shrink from the spot. He seized the moment, made it his own. The kick may just win them this game.
McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this fly. Here's Carter on return. And he's brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Down the field runs the Atlanta offense. First call here, cover for the shotgun. Begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's in his two. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
At the 28-yard line.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Sending 2 picks. It's going to Junior. This one may be reaching because the defense comes through with 6. Went to the old well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
If you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. If he was probably on his slate in the near future, maybe that's somebody they're waiting for at that time.
One after all coming, this was a 2-score lead to potentially clinch the win. And like the game winning and support so certainly that should do it. A 2-score game now late.
Falcons 42.
A quick chance at a redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Alford now to return it. Stop taking one back to the 27. And here comes the Falcons on offense. And that last pick 6 might just be the nail in the coffin of their hopes in this one, Brock, as that lead now stretches to 2 possessions.
Well, we get to see now how these guys react to this kind of adversity. Do they shake it off and be aggressive? Because we know they've got to score and score quickly.
Offense to the line. They got trips right to start out. Fresh off the pick, here's Penix.
You know, kid, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback have a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
He'll try something else from the 27 this time, 2nd and 10. Penix here from the gun. It's going to be caught. So they're throwing intimidated for Drake London. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Now, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, 4 interceptions.
A little bit of desperation. Here's the deep shot. The ball deals and it knocks it free. Incomplete. Intended for Drake London. So that comes up 4th and long.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. They want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
Here he goes. This on 4th and push deep to the field. It's intercepted. They're going to drive them down the return, but this turnover isn't going to stay. We've got flags in the spot right where he picked it up. So the turnover block is in turn turned over after pass interference on that play. A chance to get off the field goes by the wayside. The defensive penalty keeps him out there. Inside the red zone. It's intercepted. Picked off. And the Buccaneers should take over as this gets brought into the 20-yard line.
Billy, your team.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for them. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And Brock, we all know any win is a good win, but playing against a division rival, it always feels so much better dealing them one in the L column.
These are the teams that know you best, Kate. Also the ones that you know best. So yes, it is just a little bit sweeter when you take care of business in your own division.
So for my partner, Brock Hewitt, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners as we say goodbye from Atlanta.